Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I don't know, welcome back to my channel. What's up? So today I am doing a video that I have alluded to for a while now, and I've gotten so many requests to do, and that is a pregnancy nutrition video. Now, it took me a while to get to filming this, not only because I had to actually get the chutzpah to like sit down and film, but it also took me a while because I wanted to make sure, like, I don't know, part of me was like, do I even have anything to say about pregnancy nutrition? But the comments that I've been getting on my videos, some of them have been bannable. You guys know that I've been banning people like crazy for the last year and a half. But the comments that I've been getting have made me realize, like, oh, okay, there kind of are some things that I want to address and things and guidelines that I've been following. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. But before I do, if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It not only lets me know that you like the video, but it's also a way for you to support my channel and help to continue to grow our community. And if you're not subscribed already to my channel, I'm gonna invite you to subscribe if you want to and turn on bell notifications. I am the most inconsistent uploader. Like, I don't have a schedule, but I always upload. Like, I've been doing this for 9 years. I'm here, people. But alerts or notifications or whatever will help keep you alert of when I upload. So, to those of you that don't know, I am currently in my second trimester. At the time of filming this, I am 22/23 weeks pregnant. We're not fully sure. I think I'm closer to 23 weeks though, is what we kind of got from my last scan. And before I got pregnant, I had done a fair amount of research on pregnancy nutrition. One of my favorite people to watch for this type of thing was Mama Natural here on YouTube. She is a very, in my opinion, well-educated, well-informed person with like holistic beliefs in terms of life and diet and all of that. So she very much aligns with me. And so I was already doing things a little bit differently. I had mentioned that actually the diet that I was following before getting pregnant was very similar to the diet that I'm following now, because it was kind of like a fertility diet. It's like one specific way of eating that people kind of tout if you're trying to get pregnant. And that is mostly focusing on quality, but along those lines, it is focusing on high quality, which means like organic, pasture raised, no hormones being injected, hopefully, into the animals, dairy and eggs. So like cheese, really I was eating it in the form of cheeses. I'm not really a milk consumer. I do, almond milk, cashew milk, but I had purposefully upped, the amount of high quality, grass-fed, pasture-raised, whatever butter. So like I love Kerrygold butter. And I was doing, high-quality cheeses and stuff like that. And also meats. I am not an avid meat eater. I was a vegetarian for like 5 years. And I don't love meat, but that was one of the things when I was reading up on a fertility diet that they had said, eating high quality meat, high quality eggs, high quality dairy can all help to prepare the body for fertility. And then once you're pregnant, apparently all of those foods, high quality is really like the underlined highlighted word, can help to support you and your baby while the baby is growing. So I was already of this mindset. But once I got pregnant, and we actually ended up switching care providers pretty early on. I had someone at 8 weeks. We switched about around 12 or 13 weeks. And I did make a video about our birth plan. So if you want to check that out, I will link that down below, discussing everything that we're planning on doing. We are planning on doing a home birth with a midwife, with a pretty well-known like birthing services place here in Nashville. But when I went on to, I was going to say this team, or like brought my midwife on, she recommended this book for me to read. And I'm about 75% of the way done with it, so I haven't completely finished it. Real Food for Pregnancy, The Science and Wisdom of Optimal Prenatal Nutrition. And it's by a woman named Lily Nichols, who is I think an RDN means like a registered dietetic something, and a CDE. I don't remember what these labels stand for. I'm blanking. And she's also an author of another book called Real Food for Gestational Diabetes. So pregnancy is like, her thing. And this book was very eye-opening to me, because what she does through this book, I'm not going to spoil too much, but I'll give you a couple of like, you know, major highlights of things that I've been following and I've also noticed in comments of my videos. But one of the things that she, you know, really hits home with is not only like nutritional value of certain foods and what they can bring to your pregnancy, but also kind of dispels myths, or what she believes are myths, based on data that she presents. So one of those things, for example, a lot of pregnant women are told not to eat are like fish. Or another thing is like soft cheeses or kombucha. And she doesn't just give her opinion, she actually gives you statistics like from the CDC and all of these like actual, like she backs it up. She's not just telling you what her opinion is as to how she came to this perspective and how many people are actually getting infected with the bacteria that people are always very paranoid of pregnant women picking up with their food. And the big moral of the story, I feel like, in this book is kind of like what I was hitting at the beginning, is that quality is very important. And so like eating a tuna sandwich from a gas station is going to be very different than, you know, buying like wild caught, you know, where I was about to say wild caught tuna where they've tested for mercury and you're making it at home and you know all the ingredients and it's fresh and you've chosen the bread and the cheese, or even at like a well-known, highly rated deli. That's going to be a different situation. So she talks a lot about, you know, being aware of where you're sourcing your food from. And then she talks a lot about the actual numbers of how many pregnant women are coming down with the bacteria specifically that people are very scared pregnant women could come down with. So another thing she talks about in this book is alcohol. That has been a highly debated thing on my channel in the comment section. And I can't lie, I've kind of been channeling Dan a little bit. Like it's kind of been fun to poke at those people in my videos because I know those people exist. And drinking alcohol during pregnancy is not like a funny, like I know people's lives are devastated from it. So it's not a funny topic, but it's been funny to me because I don't even really hardly drink normally. And since being pregnant, pretty much the alcohol that I've consumed has been in the form of an occasional kombucha, a couple of sips at the wine tasting for my sister-in-law's birthday 2 months ago, and then I will cook with wine sometimes. But when you cook with wine, you are pretty much getting rid of all the alcohol anyways. But she goes into detail, like there's an entire chapter with all of the studies and the numbers to back up why she believes that it's actually kind of a myth. Like, yes, you're not supposed to be drinking alcohol when you're pregnant, but she actually shows studies that have ironically shown that women who have a glass of wine every night while pregnant, like their kids actually ended up not only fine, but doing better developmentally. And so that's not necessarily an argument to go like drink alcohol when you're pregnant, but it is kind of an argument for if you're someone who would like a glass of red wine at the end of the day one night in your pregnancy because your back is hurting and it sounds lovely, there are actually some health benefits that can come with a good glass of red wine. And that is insanely different than being someone who's, you know, drinking wine all day, every day, or taking vodka shots or whiskey or whatever. And a lot of people will say, and she even says this in the book, like, there's no need to like go out of your way to drink alcohol. Like, this is a health benefit. I should do this. Like, why not? Still don't, like, why not? That's not the phrase in you. Like, don't risk it. Like, sure, just don't do it. You're fine if you don't care. But she shows the reports as to like actual data rather than just old wives' tales of what alcohol has seemed to do to women that are pregnant. So I thought that was very interesting. And she talks about kombucha specifically in the book. And she talks about how she really believes that the health benefits that exist within kombucha so far outweigh the risk of this tiny amount of alcohol that you are getting in the kombucha. And when I was reading and listening, and she obviously goes into detail of as to what those health benefits are, I subscribe to that. I believe in that. I think having a healthy gut, which is really what kombucha works on, is making your gut full of good bacteria. I think that that's so beneficial for the brain. I think it's so beneficial for the body's functions and taking care of the baby. I just think that I cannot imagine that tiny amount of alcohol, based on everything I've read, is going to do anything negative to my baby. And actually, it was crazy when she was reading studies and stuff, talking about like just, and this is what I mean about it being funny when people that are rude in my comments like leave these kind of comments. I don't think people understand how abusive some women are to their unborn babies. Like the amount of women that use cocaine, and that's not like they're using cocaine so I'm good with some alcohol. Like you have to take into consideration everything that I'm saying, not just like one sentence. But it's like, man, people are abusive to babies in the womb, and a lot of those babies still end up being fine. And like I said, that's not an excuse to not take care of yourself. I am all about it. Obviously, I'm reading pregnancy nutrition books. I'm going out of my way to take lots of vitamins and supplemental beverages and trying to make sure that I'm eating the right nutrients. But I think that, you know, if you're well informed, you know, you just got to make the decision that rings true to you. In some countries, like in Japan, pregnant women are actually encouraged to have sushi, raw fish, because the doctors there believe and know that the benefits that come along with that raw fish far outweigh the likelihood of that woman getting some kind of bacterial infection. And once again, that's where it comes down to personal choices, personal decisions, weighing out what seems to be the best situation, and being aware of quality, right? Like if I was a sushi eater, which I'm not, I would be probably more likely to do it somewhere like in California or on the coast versus like here in Nashville. Whoa. Just because I think that the fish that is here has been transported more, it's been handled more, so I'm a little more wary of the ingredients and the quality of the fish that I'd be eating. And I just keep hitting that point, but I think quality is what's most important in our produce, in our dairy, in our meat, in all of that. She's also a big believer, Lily Nichols, I think that's her name, in full fat dairy. So I have been eating full fat Greek yogurt, organic Greek yogurt. I'll make little berry parfaits. Now I will say I am doing an experiment for like this next week or so where I'm actually cutting back drastically on dairy because I'm still getting morning sickness, and I did this like applied kinesiology thing with a chiropractor, which I don't know if I fully believe in that. Just throw that out there. But I'm going to experiment for a week with less dairy and see if I get less sick, because she said that I was, either me or the baby was showing up as sensitive to dairy. So I'm kind of like I said, I don't know if I really believe that. I like everything I read in this book, but I'm willing to give anything a try for a week because I'm like, we'll see. Maybe my nausea will lighten it up. That's kind of neither here nor there. Pretty much the whole time though, I have been eating full fat, high quality, organic dairy. And she's also a really big fan of eggs. Lily is. But she hits that point home too, that like it's not just eating eggs. It's eating cage-free, pasture-raised eggs. And when you crack eggs, like cheapo, whatever, factory farmed eggs compared to like local pasture-raised eggs, you can literally see the difference, because the cheapo eggs are usually like a lighter, bright yellow, and the higher quality eggs are typically like a dark orange, vibrant yellow. They're just completely different shades. So yeah, I mean, honestly, other than that, those kind of things that I've listed, my diet hasn't changed very much since being pregnant, because I've always been a big believer, and still am a big believer, in getting in as much, you know, high quality produce that I can, veggies and fruits, and making sure that the grains that I eat are like higher quality grains and not going too overboard on sugar. I will say I like sugar so much more now that I'm pregnant. It's kind of like being on my period all the time, because I love chocolate and sugar right before my period and right at the beginning, and it's amazing. It's like once my period passes, I'm like back to normal, but I have been craving like French toast since being pregnant, and lots of cinnamon. I was never like a huge cinnamon person before, and I love it now. So that's been kind of funny, is just like the excessive amount of craving French toast that I've experienced. And then I'll just have random, like I spent like the last day and a half thinking about fresh pico de gallo, and I couldn't get it off my mind till I finally made it and ate it. And so this is kind of pivoting onto cravings, but my cravings haven't been super intense. I tend to fill them, like when I have them, it's not something like, you know, like, oh, I need a, like in my mom's words, like a double cheeseburger from McDonald's ASAP, like nothing like that, nothing crazy. Definitely the French toast has been like the top craving I've noticed. And then other things will kind of come and I'll eat and then they'll pass. And they haven't tended to be like super reoccurring. It's changed throughout the course of my pregnancy. I've mentioned this before, pretty much all the tea I consume now is herbal. I really don't drink much caffeine at all because I'm not a coffee drinker. Like I said, I've pretty much cut to herbal tea almost entirely now. For like a couple months, it was entirely herbal. Now I've been having a little bit here and there of some caffeine, some green tea from a local shop that I really like occasionally. And then occasionally, like today, I have a little bit of like my OG tea that I used to drink. And so I've just kind of like, you know, been taking it as it comes, but there was like a couple months where I didn't touch a drop of caffeine, and that's fine. I wasn't really like having caffeine withdrawals because I'm not like a huge caffeine drinker and I don't do soda, but I guess I just wanted to update you on that too. I'm trying to think what else to address in this. I've mentioned nutrition so many times in my day in my life videos and my what I eat in a day, and I kept saying I was gonna make a video. So that's kind of, I just wanted to fill you in on like my experience with pregnancy nutrition and also maybe guide you if you're looking for a little guidance. I mean, I gave you like a good gist, I think, of like eating healthfully, but I really want to encourage you to check out this book because it has been awesome and not game changing, but like very affirming because like I said, she's not, you know, in the holistic medical world, there's a very wide range of people who like believe and practice this kind of like medicine and way of eating and treatment and just all of that. And I really like someone like this chick who backs up her beliefs with data and reports. And it's funny because I don't, right? Like I suck at backing things up with like actual facts that I consume, but I do consume the facts, and I was excited for this video to share with you, actually to be able to point to where I've gotten this information. So I highly suggest you check her book out because she will not leave you guessing. She'll give you information, and then from there, that's my favorite term, I feel like, is informed consent, if that's how you word it. Maybe I said it was my favorite and then I forgot, but where you basically are informed and then you decide. So you're not flying blindly. You know, you can decide what's best for you. And we said that in our home birth video as well. It's like, just because you do the research doesn't mean you're going to come to the same conclusion. Everyone has to decide what feels the most comfortable for them. But doing the research is important because I think that you will feel more confident, comfortable, excited, passionate about the decisions that you are making if you take the time to really think about it and process other people's input and all of that. So yeah, that is it. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions that I didn't address. I really don't know what else to address, but there's that. I'm actually gonna go eat a sweet potato quinoa taco now for lunch. So raise the roof, right, Bowser? Right. I will hopefully see you guys back here very soon with another new video, and that is all. All right. Bye, guys.